to things that lobbyists do that can actually apply in sales or business or other areas.
You write in your book, right off the bat, in Washington, D.C., lobbyists sell ideas. It's all sales, but the difference is that the benefits and downsides of ideas are much more difficult to predict and explain.
Well, it's true. You know, I think people think of sales often as widgets, right? So I'm going to sell this thing, this item, this object. And in DC, you know, you're not selling a widget, you're selling the idea of eliminating poverty, or the idea of protecting public broadcasting services, or the protecting the spectrum. So those kinds of things, I think, are what lobbyists are trying to sell, and it's a little different than trying to sell a widget.
What's the public perception of lobbying?
Yeah, not good. You know, I think people think of the people in Washington, D.C. as those who manipulate and bribe and do all those nefarious things that we've heard some things about. But the tactics I've outlined are really about non-manipulation, non-bribery, not lying. Sometimes I joke it's a short book, but actually there are tactics you can use and still sleep at night.
How did lobbying get such a bad rap as you see it? And then what is the work that needs to be done to change that perception?
Well, I think it got a bad rap because, frankly, sometimes people do not great things. And it's like any industry. You know, sometimes people don't like the corporate world because, you know, sometimes someone will do something bad and it gets in the media. You know, I also think it's an industry that's not very well understood. You know, people are special interests and they go in and they have special ideas and needs that they'd like to have addressed. And so when you do that, you do come at it from a specific perspective. I often tell people, though, that special interests are, everyone has a special interest. If you are a human being who's a member of AAA, you have a special interest. If you like the Sierra Club, you have a special interest. If you're a member of the local Humane Society, you have a special interest. And special interests aren't bad. If they weren't special, they'd be called common interests. So I think that's often, though, why we get a bad rap, is because we're talking about something specifically that our client might want.
How much did the